Welcome to Bridge Fundamentals. This 9-part series explains the expected etiquette, ethics, and basic mechanics in playing bridge in a competitive situation. Today we look at the declarer's role. We are now in play and you are the declarer. We will address table manners, before and during play, the correct claiming technique, and scoring the result. We start with how partners should behave at the table. Once questions are finished, the opening lead has been made face down on the table, and dummy places their hand on the table. The declarer should pleasantly thank their partner for the dummy. You do this regardless of what the dummy places on the table. Criticising your partner at any time makes everyone at the table uncomfortable. You can be reported for your behaviour, especially if the opposition is unhappy with how you speak to your partner. It is best to make a note and discuss after the game where you are likely to find that you also erred on occasion. While the lead is being selected, it is an opportune time for the scorer to enter the details of the contract in the bridgemate. But if the scorer is on lead, make your lead and then enter the details on the bridgemate. Once the lead is turned over, each player plays to the trick in a clockwise direction by placing their card directly in front of them. You should at all times play in tempo, neither too fast nor too slow. Each player arranges his own played cards in an orderly overlapping row in the sequence played. This allows a review of the play after its completion. If there is a dispute, it may be necessary to determine the cards won by each side and the order in which the cards played. Once every player has played their card, the winner of the trick is determined. At this point, each player turns their card face down directly in front of them and in the direction of the winning team, north or east. This continues until all cards have been played. Using the cards played in front of you, you count the number of tricks facing the direction of the declarer to determine the outcome of the contract. Make sure you agree the contract and the number of tricks the declarer made before removing them. Any disputes will be settled using these cards. Where cards do not match the same direction, they may be checked and adjusted to the correct direction. Do not collapse or shuffle the tricks played into a hand until the contract is agreed and scored. Having entered the contract details earlier, the scorer now enters the number of tricks made. The bridgemate does the rest. The checker then needs to verify everything: contract, direction, lead, and tricks made. If it is correct, the checker can accept the score. Otherwise, they raise their concern with the scorer. The scorer will correct any mistakes and represent it to the checker. Once agreement is achieved, the checker approves the score. Now, everyone at the table can shuffle their cards and return them to the correct slot in the board. If a hand is passed out, make sure you shuffle your cards. Leaving them sorted tells the next table that the hand was passed in at your table. There are all sorts of infractions that can be made at the table, and you should never make a ruling yourself, even if you know the answer. Always call the director, but do it nicely. Just explain you would like to get a ruling and ask the scorer to use the call TD option on the bridgemate. Put your hand in the air and call director, please, if there is no answer to the bridgemate. There is no need to get upset about the director being called to the table. Everyone makes mistakes and the director is the independent arbitrator. Once the director is at the table, let the person who called the director explain what happened. When they are finished, you nicely explain what you believed happened. Please make sure you keep calm and be polite. The director's ruling is final. If you disagree, then accept it at the table and see them privately after the game. They can adjust the ruling and the score if required. Make sure you take one of the opposition with you when you discuss the ruling. If you are offensive to a director, you can be suspended from playing bridge. Remember, it is a game. Once you have played enough tricks to know the result of the remaining tricks, you may make a claim. The claim consists of how many tricks your side will make and the tricks you will concede to the opposition. Do not claim too early, as your opponents may feel like they may be missing something and refuse the claim. You must describe your line of play, making sure to account for any trumps the opposition may hold or any outright winners they may hold. A typical declaration might be, I will draw the remaining 2 trumps, play the 3 winning hearts and let you have the remaining club trick. Now give your opponents time they need to take that in and agree. Saying the rest of mine is fraught with danger. State your exact line of play and concede any losers. You cannot change the claim you make, so consider what you say before claiming. Ensure you explain what happens to any unplayed trumps or winners in outside suits. If the opponent does not agree with your claim, you must call the director. Do this gracefully. They have as much right to be certain of your claim as you do. This concludes part 4 of the Bridge Fundamental series. Thank you for taking time to watch this, and we hope it enhances your bridge experience. Next, we discuss In Play the Dummy. Feedback is welcomed and can be emailed to office@waverleybridgeclub.com.au.